I was some years ago in a taxi cab in New York, and this taxi driver was very talkative, and as they sometimes are. And I hate to waste time on idle conversation, so I decided to direct the conversation. So I asked him if he was happy. He said, well, he said, no, he said, I'm not happy, all kinds of problems. Well, I said, what would you need to make you happy? Well, he said, $1 million. He said, that would pay off my debts, it would solve my problems. All right, I said, now you've got it. Now what? Well, then he built himself some houses around. I said, fine, they're all built, you've got those. Now what? Well, he thought a minute, and he said, well, then he said to get himself a wife. Well, he said, fine, now you've got her. Well, he said, I might get a couple in different parts of the world, in different ports, so to speak. Well, I said, fine, you've got them all now. Now what? Well, then he went on doing traveling, he went on, and then all of a sudden he stopped and looked around. I mean, I thought we were going to, get hit in traffic. But he looked around, and he said, say, what's really going on here? I can't seem to get to the bottom of this. What am I really looking for after all? Absolutely magnificent. In other words, what am I? And then I started to talk. But what am I really looking? I can't seem to get to the bottom of it. What he was experiencing was the drive of the mind, where you first get hold of the whole spirit. This is the will, searching for the good. But we search for the good, then we get hold of some finite good, and we are first satisfied, we enjoy it, we explore it, then we reach the limits of it. As soon as you reach the limits, the spirit rebounds further. As soon as it recognizes it's hit a limit, it rebounds further. Then it gets the next one and explores that. As soon as it reaches the limit of that, it rebounds again further. And this rebounding goes on and on, each time you reach a finite good. And then you can finally sit back and totalize the whole process. Nothing finite is ever going to satisfy me. Each time I reach the finite, I rebound further. What's further? Just as somebody inside of a prison, whenever you're inside of a limit and you know it is a limit, you always tend to rebound further. To know a limit, as Hegel said, is already to be beyond it. In intention and longing, at least. If you're inside a prison and you know it there, you're already in longing outside of it. If you don't know that you're being limited by the prison, then you're all right. As soon as you discover the limit, you rebound again. So that's an indication we have a deep dynamism that can only be satisfied finally by the unlimited horizon of all being and of all goodness. So that's the deep drive, that's the dynamo behind the whole enterprise of metaphysics. So it starts going that way, and is looking for ultimates, so it goes quickly, trying to find the deepest in each thing, and then the most common framework of everything, which is the whole of reality. And then you've reached the horizon of being, beyond which it's not limited, because beyond it is just nothingness. So that's the drive that gets you going, and you go down in depth, and then out to the furthest horizons, and then if you need to go up, finally to explain, you might have to go up. So I tell my students, if they're going to do metaphysics, they need 2 pieces of equipment to get to the local sports store: a pair of wings and a diving suit. You need a diving suit to go down in the depths of being, and a pair of wings to take off and go to the furthest reaches, like that. So that's what the metaphysics, he's got this drive to know, and he tries to go all the way to the limits, and being is the ultimate. Beyond it is just non-being. Then you've reached an ultimate.